As many of you may already know, the crypto mining community lost a great member on Friday. Overclock was a master at overclocking GPUs and an extremely helpful person in our community. His videos provided us with vast amounts of data to help us overclock our rigs, or he even did it himself and provided services to members and overclock the rigs himself and tune their cards for them. He's going to be forever missed. I recently started watching a lot of his videos and just to help fine tune some of my rigs, and his live streams, caught a few of them, didn't catch all of them, but they were extremely informative, and it's kind of shocked when I woke up this morning and saw in the Misfit Mining Discord the announcement of what happened. It's absolutely crazy. So I don't know what else to say. He's gonna be missed. He's, for the people that knew him, he was an amazing person. Everybody enjoyed him. I'd seen him active in everybody's live streams and chats, and didn't know him personally, but he seemed like an awesome dude. Loved his cats. Hashtag cats of crypto. Let's get into today's video. Today I'm going to talk about the different ways you can overclock your cards in mmpOS. There's about 4 different ways you can do it. One of them I have not used yet, so let me just jump into a rig here. Let's go into this one. This is the 3060 Ti rig. This rig is currently dual mining lithium and silica. So if you go in here to your settings, wind's blowing around, dogs are getting a little anxious. Shh. Yep. So you click in this, go into your rig settings, mining settings, and oops, that's not what I wanted actually. I want to go into overclocks here. You could use a smart memory tune, but from my understanding, it's better for AMD than it is NVIDIA cards. So that is one way you could do it, and just let the software do the tuning for you. Second way is you can turn this on and set all your overclocks in here, which I'll go into another rig, and we'll look at that. Let's go back to this guy. In this rig, this one is dual mining ironfish and a lithium. Here, you would start off by, this would be a plus sign if you don't have any overclock set, just like it was in that last one, and turn it on. This setting is you check the box, set your core offset. So my core offset is set at 100. The locked core clock is at 1095, and the memory clock offset is at 2000. And if you wanted to do a locked memory frequency, you would uncheck that, check this box, and then put your setting in here, whether it's 5000 or 810 or whatever your setting's going to be. And then you can also set a power limit in the cards here as well. So that is, I guess you could say, the second way of doing it for setting overclocks. The other way you could do it is just in the miner profile, just like you would in a HiveOS flight sheet. You could go into your, I'll pull up a miner profile here. We'll just pull this one up. Actually, that one didn't work. Never mind. I was messing around with the dual mining flux and silica. If you go into advanced, and down here is where you could put your clocks in, your command line arguments in there. You could put your different overclock settings and stuff there, as far as your lock core clock, your core offset, your memory clock, all that type of stuff. You could put all that information in there, and then the mining software will set your overclocks. So that's a third way that you could do it. The fourth way is what I'm doing with my lithium and silica dual mining rigs. I am using custom placeholders, some profiles. Sorry about that. Custom placeholders. You can add another one. There's a couple different ways you could do it. You could name it as one thing. If you have, let's see what way I want to word this. I'll do it this way. So under this 3070 regal.zil, I just have it blank, because then when you go in your rigs, I'll show you how it works. So this 3070 Rigel miner for silica for dual mining, we will go into this rig, because this is using that custom placeholder. And then you go in your mining settings, It's a 3060 Ti rig. Placeholders. And then in here is where you would put your overclocks. So the core clock is locked at 300. The core clock offset is 300. The lock clock is at 1500, and the lock memory clock is 810 for the first algorithm, which is a lithium, so it's because it's the core heavy algorithm. And then the lock memory clock for the second algorithm, that's what the 2 in the brackets is for, is at 6000 for Zilliqa. Can I get better, more efficient overclocks and stuff to mine Zilliqa for that 1 minute or so? Yes. Am I worried about it? No, not really. It's just a few extra coin, and I'm basically just gonna mine Zilliqa. I was gonna be going proof of stake at some point, so we'll all be not mining it anymore, and so we'll just have to do the proof of stake. But I'm mining up to about a certain level of coin that I get, and then I'm just going to stake all of it, which I'm currently staking it in my ZillPay wallet, and then after that I probably will just start liquidating it and then use it to help pay for the electric, just because the electric is a little salty. Don't really need to get any more Zilliqa, so I'll either use it to pay for some electric or swap into coins that I want. But anyway, that's off on a tangent. But you go in your custom placeholders, you can pick which one you want here, and you can kind of go in here and edit whatever you want to edit in there, and just hit set, and that will be it. And then where you utilize this is in your miner profile. See, this one is using the AlphaZill Hero Miners 3070. So we'll go to miner profiles, AlphaZill Hero Miners 3070. Under advanced, when you hit your placeholder, this is like the default placeholders that they have, all the different ones that they have in the OS. Custom placeholders, this is where you would select what placeholder you want. So since the 3070 Regal Zill is just blank, it just pulls that up and it adds it here, custom 3070 Rig Zill. So then what the miner will do is going to look for the commands that are in the rig. This seems probably a little more complicated than you think it needs to be, but it actually works out very well. So you don't have to build multiple miner profiles for different cards running the same miner profile or flight sheet or whatever you want to call it. Whereas if you're doing command line arguments in HiveOS and you had 3070s, 3060 Ti's, 3080s, 2070s, like I have a bunch of different rigs, and if you had them all on the same coin and pool and whatnot, you would have to have a different flight sheet with the overclocks in the command line for every single rig. The way this works, you could use the same miner profile, which is AlphaZill Hero Miners 3070, for all the rigs that are on those coins, which is currently 3070s and 3060 Ti's, are the two rigs that are on there right now. And what else is on here? Oh, and the 3080s are on there as well. So we click in the 3080 rig, go down here, placeholders, and since this is where you would edit it, this is using a core clock offset of 350, memory lock core clock at 1560, 810, and then 6000. So you can make your adjustments to the different GPUs that you're utilizing right in there, so you don't have to have a separate miner profile for every single type of card that you have. And it uses the same arguments as that you would put in the command line. So whatever miner you're using, you do have to use a syntax that's correct for that miner, because each one is slightly different as far as what you use to set a core offset and so on and so forth. So that will, I think it kind of simplifies things. It's a few more steps, but in the long run, you're not going to have, yes, I have a good bit of them in here, but you should see my HiveOS and flight sheets. I'm not sure. Let me pull this off screen just to see if it's, just so it doesn't dox me. See if it logs in. May or may not. Okay, yeah, we're logged in. All right. Alright, so if we go into my farm here, flight sheets, And I actually purged a lot of the Ethereum ones. But I mean, look at all these flight sheets. So yes, I used Hive longer than I did mmpOS, but I mean, just for that Elysium dual mining rig, I'd have to have 3 or 4 just for the Elysium dual mining for the 3080s, the 3070s, and the 3060 Ti's. So it kind of eliminates that and cleans it up a bit. And plus, if you want to make an adjustment, you can just go into your rig here. Let's go with that guy. You can just go into your 3060i, just go into your placeholders, click here. If you want to change your overclocks, you want to bump the core offset up a little bit, knock it, lower it down, increase or decrease the core count, whatever you want to do. Just make the little adjustment in there and hit update, and then update. And it probably won't hurt just to give the miner a restart, and just to get the overclocks to set there. But that is all the different ways. I've been utilizing 3 of the 4 ways. Just gonna think of it. So I've been using the just right in the OS itself, just right in the dashboard, like with this rig and the Ironfish and the Lithium dual mining rigs. Just doing all the overclocks right here, which makes it very easy. And then you can also actually go in here and load presets. You can save this config as a GPU preset, existing, so on and so forth. You can save that. You can load if you have different ones saved. So you can do all that. I haven't really done a whole lot of that yet. I haven't saved. I probably should, is what I should do, so I don't lose all the different settings and stuff that I have. But maybe at some point I'll go in and do that. But and then on the dual mining rigs, I am using the custom placeholder version. So you see I have the plus sign here, so there's no settings in here at all. It's all turned off because all my overclocks are being done by the placeholders. It's being done in here. So, and then I don't know if I have any. Let's check the Zilliqa one. Do I have any in here? Not in that one. Do I have it in the Dynex one? Nope. Yeah, I think actually most of the other overclocking I've been doing has been in the dashboard. I don't think I have too many set up here that the overclocks in the config file, but in the command line arguments here, if you want to set your overclocks there, you can do that as well. So, but I think using the custom placeholders will be the easier way to do it, so you won't have to constantly go into miner profile. I think it'd be easier to just set up a custom placeholder for your overclocks. You can even just name the custom placeholder as overclocks. So you just go over here, miner profiles, custom placeholders. So if you want to add one, just do overclocks. And you can leave it blank. Yeah, I don't think you can use capital letters and spaces don't work in the name there for some reason. So just name it overclocks, leave that blank. And then you can just use that custom placeholder when you create a miner profile. So let's go in and just screw around, create a profile. And let's see, we're going to do test profile. And we're just going to do a lithium. We'll use LOL miner, whatever. And then we'll go to advanced. And at the end here, you would do custom placeholders, overclocks. And then hit create. So now you would have the miner profile for a lithium under test profile. So when you would load that onto a rig, let's just use this one for an example. You would go over here into your, most of them will say default unless you change the name of it, and then go to placeholders, custom placeholders. You would select overclocks, and put your values in there, and that's it, and then hit update. But not using that one. I'm using this 3070 underscore Rigel underscore Zil for the dual mining, so that's why I'm using that one. But that's how you just go in here and select the the custom placeholder that you want. Put your overclocks in there, hit update, and that would be basically an amendment to your config file within the miner profile. So when you load the miner up, it's going to apply your overclocks in the miner. So that is going to be the way that way, and in the dashboard are the two ways that I'll be utilizing in mmpOS. And I think it should help clean up your miner profile page and not have a bazillion different ones for just the different slight differences that you have in settings as far as lock core settings, core offset settings, that type of thing. And it should clean things up and kind of make things a little bit more organized. So, but hope the video helped. I know it kind of jumped around a little bit, but for those of you that are new, I know as far as probably 30 some people probably use my link to sign up for mmpOS since I've been doing videos on it. I started back in October, and then more recently it seems like the mmpOS videos have been getting traction just because with the recent issues and stuff with Hive. So I'll probably do a few more videos on just some of the different workings of mmpOS, because I'm learning stuff every day too, because I haven't used it nowhere near as long as I've used HiveOS. The custom placeholder thing I learned in Discord from the dev. He made a suggestion, and there's posting there how to do it. He's been pretty helpful. Their Discord is pretty good with a lot of people in there to help out. I know Backwards Miner is good at mmpOS as well. He knows his way around in there, and actually he has access to my farm and some of the stuff he's helped set up and stuff as well. So there's some useful information out there, and I think there's only going to be more information coming out just as more people migrate over from HiveOS, just because the recent issues and pricing changes and all that type of stuff. Whole bunch of different things. So anyway, until the next video, we'll catch you later. Rest in peace, Overclock. We're going to miss you.